I lost Rockfin. Here it is.
Son of a bitch.
All right. What's going on, YouTube?
How you doing today? Oh, I don't have to whisper.
Yeah, you're not the one recording from a fucking hotel room.
Yeah.
All right. So we are just going to jump right back into where we left off with the brackets, correct?
Yes.
That's our big... That was our show prep.
It's good.
Hey, that wasn't horrible. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got to figure... everything's... I'm all fucked up, okay? So
All right.
you're just going to have to fucking bear with me. Okay.
right.
Not there.
Nope. We're good.
Okay. I'm not even on the right fucking side.
There we go. That's much better.
Oh, all right. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Rockfin?
And Rumble. What's going on, Rumble? That's how we're going to start from now on. Sounds so gay.
All right. Let me bring this up on the screen here.
Oh,
all right.
right.
So where we left off, I've got to look across the fucking room at this TV that I'm using as my second monitor. This is
That
so gay.
sucks.
All right. The Taiping Rebellion versus Hurricane Katrina. So I know, of course, everything there is to know about hurricanes.
So you're
Hurricane
gonna,
Katrina wins.
I was just gonna say. So we already got the winner.
Yeah, I may be a little biased in this. I think this one could go all the way, actually.
So are you just arguing for that one, or are we even gonna roll? You can just have that one, and I'll order. I'll argue for the Tai Ching massacre or whatever you said. The rebellion. I guess it's not a massacre.
Well, we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's figure out what it is. Taiping Rebellion. Ooh, it looks promising. It says the Taiping Rebellion death toll.
Oh, sweet.
The Taiping Rebellion, also known as the Taiping Civil War or the Taiping Revolution, was a massive rebellion and civil war that was waged in China between Manchu Ling Qing dynasty and the Han Hakka-led Heavenly Kingdom. Weren't they the people that, like they Jim Jones themselves in the Reeboks or whatever?
The heavenly, yeah. That's what I was just thinking when you said Heavenly Kingdom. The first thing I thought was cult. Do they have cults in China?
What was that cult with the Reeboks?
Heaven's Gate.
Right. God, you're a smart motherfucker. You know that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're gonna say which is worse, Heaven's Gate or the Hurricane Katrina, because
This Ching Ching massacre is too much.
I mean, we already talked about a bunch of yellow people killing other yellow people. I mean,
Right. We need to talk about white people killing themselves. Actually, I think Heaven's Gate was a lot of black people. I think it was a pretty black affair.
like the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
On March 26, 1997, deputies of the San Diego County Sheriff's Department discovered the bodies of 39 active members of the group, including that of Applewhite, in a house in the San Diego suburb of Rancho Santa Fe. Ooh, like my car.
Your car's from California.
Just before the mass suicide, the group's website was updated with the message, Hail Bop brings closure to Heaven's Gate. Our 22 years of classroom here on planet Earth is finally coming to a conclusion. Graduation from the human evolutionary level, we are happily prepared to leave this world, and we'll go with Ty's crew.
There are only 39 people died. How many
Yeah.
people died in Katrina?
Fucking internet's stupid.
But so can you compare let's say like only 10 people died in Katrina or whatever. I don't know how many people died, but can you compare like the loss of like couches or like you got water stains 8 feet up on your walls or whatever? That's pretty bad. Like it's just not, that counts for some amount of people.
Okay, there was 1,833 people who died in Katrina.
Oh,
Okay, so if we
guess I don't have to pad the numbers.
if we weigh those, like we just eliminate the eliminated, like we don't even talk about them in this. Okay, so death toll is not a factor in determining which is the worst catastrophe. Best. Now, if you're just talking about if the only weighing factor is water damage,
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina wins.
Is that this is the best catastrophe as far as water damage goes.
Now,
Is that right?
If you're talking about the best catastrophe is determined by which one affected the sales of Reeboks more, then Heaven's Gate wins. Because they had a stink on them there for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they couldn't sell Reeboks for. I'm surprised they didn't go out of business. If you had to pick a company, just like a prediction, like which company is going to be known for suicide? Would it be a shoe company? Would you pick the one that you pump up from the front with a little basketball on it? Those aren't going to be the suicide shoes.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any product more known for suicide than Kool-Aid. And that wasn't even the fucking product that they used.
Oh, it was like Flavor Aid, wasn't it? Like the cheap shit.
Yeah. So we're going to say that Jonestown wins, right? Because of the better product placement.
So between the Taiping Massacre and Hurricane Katrina, Jonestown wins. Is that what we're going with? Product placement is everything.
Location.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, I think that's right. It has to be, right?
Okay, so you know how the phrase "don't drink the Kool-Aid" came from that whole Jonestown thing.
Right.
Okay. How cool would it have been if if he would have like poisoned a bunch of Nutty Bars or Twinkies or something?
Don't eat the Nutty Bar.
Oh, look at Doug over there eating the Nutty Bar.
So if you are Flavor Aid, isn't this like your worst nightmare? They literally used our product and Kool-Aid is getting all of the fucking publicity.
No, like if you're Kool-Aid, this is your worst nightmare. You're being accused of a crime you didn't commit.
No, but
see what I did there?
yeah, I see what you did. But like, how's that saying go? Like no press is bad press or whatever. Like the people are talking about Kool-Aid. They're not talking about Flavor Aid. I guess we're talking about Flavor Aid. Fuck. Never mind.
So why don't we try to right the wrongs? Why don't we just start saying don't drink the Flavor Aid?
Just us on the occasions that we talk about the Jonestown Massacre. Don't drink the Flavor
just in our
Aid.
everyday lives. I mean, so we've had people reach out to us and say that we've affected their vernacular.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we can just add this onto the list. Like everybody starts saying don't drink the Flavor Aid, even if it doesn't apply to what's going on around you.
What do you think the chances of us getting Flavor Aid to sponsor the fucking bracket show is? So we can Flavor Aid and Steakums. We can put them together. It's like a cross promotion type of thing. The best tragedies brought to you by Flavor Aid and Steakums.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
So that means that between the Taiping Rebellion and Hurricane Katrina, Flavor Aid has to win.
Yeah.
And then Flavor Aid has to make it all the way so that we can.
So we've already decided Flavor Aid wins the whole thing. Not even on the board, but they win the whole thing.
All right. Flavor Aid it is for the win. All right. The next one, Doug getting fat or the start of Who's Right podcast.
Which one's the best tragedy out of those two? I would say
it's got to be Doug getting fat, because without Doug getting fat, I would have never podcasted.
I'm assuming you're just preparing for the winter. It's just perpetually preparing for the winter. That's it. I think that's a smart strategy.
I started right around 2011 preparing for the 2023 winter.
Right. We're laughing now, but who's gonna be laughing when it's fucking 30 below and you're fine? So,
start a Who's Right podcast.
Does that really count as the best tragedy, though? I mean, I don't know. Is it okay? Does that even count as a tragedy?
It depends.
All right. How many people died? I mean, really?
Well, I know that I had to leave work in a rush to get here and get everything set up so that I could record from a stupid fucking hotel room after I paid an extra $5 for super fast internet.
Super fast.
That is a fucking tragedy. Like the whole, I had to rearrange this whole fucking room just so I could use this stupid fucking TV as a stupid fucking monitor.
Sounds like a tragedy to me. I'm assuming once you live every day as a fat man, it just kind of is normal. It's not really a tragedy anymore, right?
Okay, so here's the.
All right.
Okay, so I wasn't going to get into it, but now it's applicable.
All right.
So I've changed jobs.
Uh-huh.
My office is on the 3rd floor.
Oh boy.
Oh, better yet, I'm now wearing khakis again.
Oh, that sucks.
Better yet, all my khakis are from when I was really, really fat. Now I'm just really fat. Okay. And my first day was Monday. Tuesday, I put on the same belt, and how can I say this? Okay, so I need to add another hole to the belt because it's too big, right? So now my pants are too big and my belt's too big. So walking around this factory, I have to have one hand like on my belt loop, trying to look like I'm all relaxed, but in reality, I'm just trying to stop my fucking wiener from popping out. So I've got to walk up 3 flights of stairs to get to my office, and I have to pause on the 2nd flight so I'm not winded when I walk into my office.
Because is there other people in your office?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing.
And I don't want to come in.
That sounds like a tragedy.
Okay. Okay, so that versus me having to come in here and set this shit up. Which is better?
I think the story you just told is better, obviously, because we can all get a visual of that story. You setting up your podcast studio, that's not a good visual. That's just like, eh.
Okay, imagine somebody opening up their laptop computer going, the same thing.
Man, that lid's heavy. I need to start working out. Don't they have a fucking fitness center in your gym? Or a gym in your hotel? Just go to there. You'll be good.
Fucking no.
Just, if you just go to the gym tonight, you'll be good. Everything will be. The weight will just fall off.
Here's what I don't understand.
All right.
Okay, I have lost quite a bit of weight.
Sure.
I'm still fat. Like I don't feel any fucking different. Like I go on the scale and it says, "Great job."
Yeah.
And people say, "Wow, you look skinnier."
Why do you got to add the Is it rude to just say, "Wow, you look skinny"?
Well, I mean, they don't want to lie to me, but I don't feel it. Like I feel like I weigh as much as I've ever weighed in my life.
Really? Huh. Maybe you should try one of those colon cleansers. Clean out like 8 pounds of impacted shit in your colon.
I drank one of my keto cocktails right before we hit record, so we may have to end this early. And then
it's just working its way through. So,
what? So I want to. What are we doing here? Which is the better tragedy?
I would have to go with Doug getting fat. Don't you think?
Okay. So just so you are clear,
Yeah.
when we talked about this less than 3 days ago, we had determined that the start of Who's Right was going to win the whole thing.
I forgot.
So now we're just flying by the seat of our pants. We have no idea where we're going.
You just gave away the secret. We already decided who's going to win, and I fucked it all up. Now we have no idea who's going to win. I mean, I didn't in the first place, obviously.
We talked about it for like 15 minutes.
Oh, I know. I'm aware now. As soon as you said that, it all came flooding back. That's how my memory works. It's like a wall, and then you mention one little thing, and it's like it just floodgates open. And I'm like, fuck. What do we do that
Like,
for?
I was going to start typing it in before I even asked you who won because, you know, it was predetermined. We knew who was going to win.
Right.
So I asked you 3 fucking times, waiting for it to click in your head like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, this is what
yeah. This
Follow
was-
the script.
This, right. Follow the script, buddy.
Okay. Doug's Taste in Music versus the Ohio Penitentiary Fire.
Penitentiary fire. How many prisoners died? Because that should determine, right? Your taste in music hasn't killed very many people.
Morgue at the Ohio State Fairground with victims of the penitentiary fire, a terrible fire, 322 people.
Holy fuck. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah. As compared to what? Jonestown.
Your taste in music? We're only comparing these two things right now. So, was there prisoners running around on fire?
I don't know. There was little debate about the source of the fire. Apparently, a candle ignited some oily rags left on the roof, also known as the big block of the penitentiary. The fire became noticeable just after prisoners were locked in their cells for the evening.
Awesome.
Although many inmates died from the flames, others perished after breathing poisonous smoke from some burning lumber.
Fuck, I don't know. Your music taste sucks, so it's like I don't know, man.
Okay. How dare you?
How dare you?
Okay,
All right, Greta, go ahead.
My music taste.
Uh-huh.
One, there is nothing wrong with it. Especially, are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Did I just lose you?
No, I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
All right.
Fucking hotel recording is fucking gay as fuck. Okay. How can you say that like okay, which is worse? A fire or better? A fire that kills 300 presumably black people
Right.
or Ice Ice Baby?
Which is better?
Yes. Like which would you rather
Listen
be
to.
responsible for?
Wait, which would I rather be responsible for? Do I get royalties for the fire? I guess in that particular instance, the fire is better.
Which would you rather see live?
The fire, for sure. Nope. You know what? I'd rather see the heavy metal version of Ice Ice Baby live. Can he do that one?
No, because that wasn't 90s.
Oh God! When really? Oh. Right. Fine. You know what? Fire. Ohio Penitentiary Fire. Fine. You win. God, your music taste is great.
I think yours makes an appearance, and it's not going to fare so well.
It's like all you listen to is Guns N' Roses and Ice Ice Baby. It's like Jesus.
I listen to DJ Quick and Metallica, and now that's what I call Music 13.
Oh God, you probably do. Do you listen to Jock Jams? Do you have the Jock Jams CD? I hope you have Jock Jams.
Right.
Now, are they still putting out? There's no. Now that's what I call music
I don't know. I'm getting ready to check right now.
because that wins. That wins both of these.
Right. They are up to, now that's what I call Music 83.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Out now.
Holy shit! So they're still putting them out. I want the whole collection.
What is on? I want to see the playlist on, now that's what I call Music number 83.
So, okay. So they're selling that. If I just look at all those songs and put them on a playlist on Spotify, can I monetize that playlist? It's so stupid.
Can't that be said on any album?
Compilation album, yeah.
Any album.
I mean, I guess if you put an album, a compilation of, or a playlist of all the albums together, that's just an album, right?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I can't imagine somebody buying this fucking CD.
Ugh.
Okay, there's 43 songs.
Jesus.
Number 1, I'm not going to read them all.
Yeah.
Number 1, Gangnam Style.
Oh my God. Awesome.
And then I haven't heard of any other song on here.
Gangnam Style.
We ought to do a giveaway for we'll buy one
copy of Now That's What I Call Music 83. Does it have What Does the Fox Say on it?
See, I liked Now That's What They Call Music back when they were like in the single digits. Like if I went to Now That's What I Call Music number 3,
Yeah.
it's going to be all good songs. You fucking watch.
Is it?
Okay, we've got All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a banger.
Right.
We've got Nookie by Limp Bizkit. That's a banger. American Woman, Lenny Kravitz. Banger.
God, none of these are bangers.
They're
Terrible.
bangers.
Terrible. That was a terrible time to be alive.
I did it all for the Nookie. Huh? The Nookie. Huh?
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 God, Limp Bizkit sucks.
Fuck you.
Fuck, they're terrible. They are just objectively
Shut-
bad.
No, they're not objectively bad. You can't. Just because you say the word objectively doesn't mean that it's true.
I don't even know what it means, but it's true. I object that it's. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. They're subjectively. They're sustainably bad. Objectively means everybody agrees, right? So they're
Yes.
objectively bad.
They were okay. If everybody agrees, then how did they sell so much?
Bots.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
No, that BMG music catalog. That's how. It's the only
Columbia
way.
House.
Yeah, Columbia House. There you go. Didn't they have an album called like Brown Buttholes and Starfish Water Hot Dogs or something? Some fucking weird ass name.
Was it chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water?
Yes. Terrible. Just even the fact that you would name your album that. Yeah, I'm out. You're an idiot.
Okay.
Stupid.
Yeah. Okay. You want to talk about
chocolate
fucking
starfish?
Fat Day album names?
Yeah, My Name Is I Hate You. That's a fucking great album name.
Barriga, Cats of the Wild,
Right.
Unf, Iguana Donaland.
What? You need to put some fucking oomph into it. Come on, man.
Smell Me Silly, Gun, Poop, Melt Banana. Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that Melt Banana is a better album name than the fucking Butthole and Hot Dog thing?
Hot Dog Water. You're a real band that actually tries to sell records, and you named your fucking album Hot Dog Water. Go fuck yourself. You don't deserve to sell records.
Snarl of Pulchritude.
Right. You're comparing things that aren't comparable.
Album names? That seems pretty fucking comparable.
No. So Limp Bizkit, they were formed by like some guy that put together a boy band, basically.
Not true at all.
Not even a little bit true. I just made that up. But so they were formed in somebody's basement, and they're like, hey, you know how we can get rich and get chicks? And then they're like, hot dog water. That's totally different than Fat Day was like, hey, let's make some music. It's totally different. Two totally different things.
You know your argument is stupid, right?
You're stupid.
Okay. So Limp Bizkit wins?
No. Wait. Yes. I got to give you that one.
We already went past that one. So Laika the Space Dog versus Death of Harambe. Limp Bizkit wins?
Yeah. Is that what we're doing? I don't even know what Laika the space dog is. Is that the Russian astronaut?
I don't know. I don't know anything about anything that's on here.
I know-
Stupid.
Harambe was the monkey that the college kids were
Which-
upset about.
Which I'm going to say, regardless of this Leica thing, Harambe's got to lose.
Why?
Because, like you just said, everybody was upset about it.
Yeah.
And I think from the time that it happened, I thought the whole thing was stupid.
Yeah.
Like they should have killed the monkey earlier for less reasons.
For less reasons. just for being a monkey. So, all right. So what's Laika the space dog? I'm assuming it's the Russian dog, cosmonaut, right?
Yeah, but I don't understand. Oh, she died in space. Okay.
Okay. So,
Laika was the first living creature to orbit Earth. On November 3rd, 1957, the Soviet Union lofted a dog named Laika aboard the satellite Sputnik 2. However, Laika was not the first animal in space.
wait. Didn't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just say it was?
Laika was the first living creature to orbit Earth. She was not the first animal in space. That distinction goes to some fruit flies that the United States launched on a suborbital mission. Despite her fame, she also was not the first dog in space.
Well-
So who gives a fuck?
What the? This sounds authoritative. They really know what they're talking about here.
Okay, but how did the dog die?
Did
What'd
they
that
really
dog do?
Did they really put a helmet on the dog? That's what I want to know.
I don't think so. Not
Because
from
in the
picture.
cartoons, they always show her with a helmet, like a space helmet.
What cartoons?
I don't know. I've seen her in cartoons. I think. Don't they have cartoons with dogs in them that go to space, like Futurama or something?
Are you thinking about the dogs playing poker?
Yeah, you gotta have something to do with space.
All right. Sputnik 2's batteries died on November 10th, 1957, and the spacecraft stopped beaming data home. With all systems dead, the spacecraft continued circling the Earth until April 14th, 1958, when it re-entered the atmosphere after 2,570 orbits, or 162 days in space. Many
Jeez.
people who reportedly saw a fiery trail of Sputnik 2 as it flew over New York and reached the Amazon region in just 10 minutes during its re-entry.
So, do you think that that's any of that is true? I think it's just UFOs. Like that's their excuse for UFOs, right?
Like they never actually set the dog on fire?
Right. It's aliens.
Okay.
I
You,
don't even think
you,
Russia is real.
you agree with me that that United States never made it to the moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We lied because of the space race.
Right.
We didn't want to get beat out
Exactly.
again.
Right. All right.
Do you think that Russia lied and they never even put a dog or a fruit fly in space?
Right. They never even had a space program. They just made up the word cosmonaut. It probably means taking a fat shit or something, something stupid. And they just made it up. These stupid Americans, they'll never know. Just call it a cosmonaut.
Okay, so Laika, the space dog,
Yeah.
we determined is not true.
Not even real.
And Death of Harambe, we determined is not going to make it past the first round regardless.
Right.
So, no winner?
How does that work? Who goes up against the Ohio penitentiary fire then?
They get a bye, I guess. I don't know.
They get a bye. In this case, don't we just pick a tragedy? There's got to be rules here.
Okay.
Is this the one where Limp Bizkit moves through?
Okay.
So, I mean, it almost has to be, right?
Hot dog flavored water is subbing
Right.
for Laika, the space dog that didn't occur.
Right.
All right. Stupid.
Hot dog flavored water. I love it.
All right. The signing of the Patriot Act versus the Holocaust.
So the Patriot Act is good, right? Patriots, good. Patriotism, good. The Holocaust, I'm assuming, is bad. People died.
No, it depends on which side of it you were on.
So was the Holocaust good for the Nazis?
Yeah.
Was it?
Like,
They weren't successful.
I mean,
If
they
you-
were successful in generating a bunch of shoes and rings and teeth.
If you,
I bet there's not a German alive that still buys their own shoes. They got a whole fucking warehouse full of them.
it's just a pile. There's not even a warehouse. Just go get them out of the pile.
Do you think that, like, during the transition, in Germany, it went from being, if you weren't a Nazi, then you got rounded up and killed or whatever,
Yeah.
to now, if you say the word Nazi, you get rounded up and killed?
Yes.
Was there a transition in there where, like, for poor German kids, they got old Jew shoes for free? Like, that was the free shoe program?
Yes. It's probably still going on. I'm sure they've got all the feet out of them by now. So it's probably still going on. If your goal is to wipe out an entire like race of people and you kill like fucking a billion of them or whatever happened, and then you end up shooting yourself in the head in a bunker or whatever, and then that race of people just comes back and takes over the world, did you really win? I mean, it's bad for you, right? It didn't turn out good for you.
Yeah, his whole vision went to shit.
Yeah. It's like a triumph of the human spirit or something.
So how did they go from wiping out an entire race to them taking over Hollywood and banks? How did that happen?
I have no idea. Is it okay? First of all, are we in agreement that it's even true? Do the Jews own Hollywood?
Yes.
Do the Jews own
fact.
your bank? It's fact.
Yes.
Oh, do like the ones with the curly cues? Because if I'm gonna have a Jew owning a bank, that's the ones that I want. The curly cue ones with the little hats. You know.
Do you think that there's a big Jew at the top of the food chain with the most curls that everybody reports to him? Like, is there a Jew hierarchy?
Yes. I'm assuming it's like the mafia. He's twisting his ring, playing with his curls. It's just nobody ever made The Godfather about a Jewish guy with curls.
Make me a bagel I'll never forget.
Oh, shit. So what? Okay. If you were, let's say you were adopted by Jews, do you think that you would be successful? Do you figure it's like something they teach you, or like a secret they have or something? Like
If some poor Jew family adopted me, and then I came out of it with my money methods that I have now,
yeah.
like, they would unadopt me. They would Holocaust me.
We're going to start our own new Holocaust. Jew Holocaust, just to get rid of this guy. We can't have him giving us a bad name. Doug Seinfeld. We can't have Doug Seinfeld giving us a bad name.
I would have been a good Doug Goldstein or something. Goldfine.
You think so? You should change your name to Doug Goldfine. I like it. Maybe if people think you're Jewish, you'll succeed. You'll get a bank job. They'll just give you a bank. Here's your mandatory piece of Hollywood.
And your low interest rate.
The casting couch is in there when you need it. I'm assuming that's what they do, right? All the chicks have to go through the Jew hierarchy to get to the good actress jobs.
I'm gonna have to learn some new Jew words. I can't just keep going oy vey and expecting people to hand me money.
Why not? You can try it. Give me a schmear of cream cheese. That's Jewish, right?
Is that kosher? That don't look kosher. Is that kosher?
I only eat kosher pickles. Oh my god.
Oh, so who wins? I don't.
We didn't even talk about the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was so the Holocaust was not good for anybody. Didn't work out in anybody's favor. The Patriot Act, didn't it allow?
That worked out good for the people that developed it.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay. I was going a different direction. I thought it worked out good for the people that just wanted to beat up brown people. It kind of gave them carte blanche to,
Carpe diem.
Carpe
Yes,
diem.
it did, but it also worked in the people that wanted to eavesdrop on cell phones.
Oh yeah. Did you hear about Edward Snowden?
You know, anytime somebody says that name, I think of somebody with scissors on their hands.
That's Edward Scissorhands.
See, that makes sense.
It's in the name.
What about him?
They officially granted him Russian citizenship. He's been living in Russia since like 2013 or whatever.
Why do I care?
You don't. It was just an interesting
Okay.
little tidbit.
Why should I care?
Oh, it makes zero difference in your life. I mean, he's some guy exposed spying and then moved to Russia, and then now he's a Russian citizen. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But the funny part is if they draft him into the war to fight Ukraine, that would be funny. Like, you're a citizen now you have to go fight Ukraine. So Edward Snowden wins? Is that what we're going with?
Okay. So the signing of the Patriot Act was probably like one of the worst things in our history, right?
It's up there. Yeah, for sure.
And the Holocaust really didn't affect us other than we lost some real estate to the museums.
We need that real estate back.
Oh, think about your life.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The life that you've led from, say, 9 years old to now.
Yep.
How was it impacted by the Holocaust in any way other than this show and being forced to learn about it in history class? How did it affect you at all?
I can't say that it did, but it's like, what's that, like the butterfly effect where like if a butterfly flaps its wings, your hair goes in a different direction or something? Or
Yeah, you're close, yeah.
Something to do with like the littlest changes or whatever. But so if millions and millions of Jews or however many didn't die in the Holocaust, would they have taken over Hollywood? Or like, I don't, maybe.
What if they would have taken over Dollywood instead of Hollywood?
That would have been great.
Whatever, 185,000 Jews show up in Dollywood, and like this is, I don't know how to do a Jewish accent, but like, hey, SA, this is
Right. Yep. That's a Jewish accent. No, it's just a regular accent. You just say oy vey a lot.
Schnitzel. Is that Jewish?
I think that's German.
Okay,
It's close enough though.
I need to do
Schnitzel,
some.
is that German?
I need to do some homework real quick.
All right.
See what Jewish catchphrases brings me.
Jewish catchphrases.
Mazel tov.
Oh yeah. We always forget about Mazel Tov. I don't even know
That's
what that
the only one I
means.
can pronounce.
Hava Nagia.
Shabbat shalom.
That sounds like some kind of meat.
Yeah, I don't speak Jew.
Shabbat Shalom. That sounds delicious, actually. I'll take the Shabbat Shalom, please. What does it mean? Shabbat Shalom.
Congratulations.
Oh,
I don't know. It seems like it'd be easier to pronounce congratulations than Shabbat shalom.
right. Or just say, hey, man, good job.
Good on you.
It's even easier. This is what's all we're going for is the easiest pronunciation.
All right. So, signing of the Patriot Act. I don't want to give that thing any more discussion just because it's so bad.
Right. Holocaust it is.
All right. That's not how you spell that, is it? Yeah, fuck it.
Works for me.
Anthony's date of birth versus the Soviet famine of 1930 to 1933.
So they only starved for 3 years. Big fucking deal. I've been alive for a lot longer than that.
How many people how can you measure how many people died from starvation?
Okay, stop food today. And like from today on, all the people that die, that's how many people died of starvation.
Like COVID.
Yeah,
Oh, they died of starvation.
No, they died with starvation.
There was starvation in their system. Death toll. Oh, I don't know. This is a good one. 3.9 million people.
How many?
3.9 million.
Holy shit. That's a lot of people in 3 years.
13% of the population.
Huh.
You know, oh, fuck. Like, have you ever been so hungry that you would kill a family to take what's in, like, take a potato from them?
Yeah, it depends on what family. I mean, there's some families that I'd kill them right now. Just I'm not even that hungry.
You keep your fucking potatoes.
Yeah, I don't want your food. I just want you not to be here anymore.
I don't know. I've been hungry,
Right?
but I've never been like kill a bunch of people hungry.
Really?
How many days do you have to go before you could look at me and like, yeah, I'll eat his leg?
Just your leg?
No, I mean, I assume that it'd fill you up. You'd be good for a while. Like, you don't have to go right for the heart, Dahmer.
No, I'm going for the belly fat. That's where the good stuff is. Right up underneath. That's where
A lot of marbling.
You ever had pork belly before? It's delicious.
I'd be so pissed off if you killed me just to make fucking pork rinds.
Carnitas. To make pork rinds. I'm gonna dry out your skin. Huh, that's not a bad idea. Huh. How many pork rinds do you think I could get out of the top of your head?
That's where the good ones are. You know, the crunchy ones with a lot of flavor.
Right. They're pre-salted. Oh, Jesus. So if you had to eat somebody, you'd start with the leg, you think?
Yeah, because I'd want him to watch it.
You're not even going to kill them?
No.
What are you hoping they grow another leg so you can eat that too? It doesn't work that way.
I want them to see that I'm enjoying their death. Like, I don't want to just put them out of their misery. I want them to have to watch me eat them.
But wouldn't you start with the fingers then?
No. Like,
What?
that's like equivalent of eating lobsters. Like lobster tail, it takes forever to get anything, and then
Yeah.
like I don't want to have to fucking work at it and like trying to strip the finger meat off the bone and shit.
But if the goal is for them to watch, they got 10 fucking fingers. They only have 2 legs. Ugh. Like you want them to watch as much as possible.
Yeah, but I'll just cut their legs up and make a bunch of roasts and then throw it away.
And then not even eat it.
Right,
Just throw it away. This smells like a roast in here. Then just throw it away.
I think if I was going to eat you, I'd make lasagna, and I would use like shitty cottage cheese instead of
Why?
the good
Why?
cheese.
Why?
Because I don't want you to be of any value. I want you to like.
You don't like lasagna?
I would buy a banquet lasagna meal and then take the meat out and put your meat in that with that shitty sauce.
And then put it in the microwave. Still
No.
just lukewarm.
I would make you into Salisbury steak.
What exactly is Salisbury? I mean, I know what steak is, but doesn't the Salisbury negate the steak?
It's the gravy.
Is it? When you see Salisbury steak, do you think steak? No, you think Salisbury. It's gross. Like it's cheap. So Salisbury negates the steak part of it.
Yeah, but it's not like you put it. Okay, have you ever had a Salisbury steak?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had a Salisbury steak that you didn't have to microwave to cook?
No, of course not. No.
Okay.
Like normal people don't make those because they make steak. I'm going to cook a steak and then ruin it by putting whatever on it. Like,
Salisbury steak is made from seasoned ground beef patties served with a simple mushroom and onion gravy. This hamburger steak dish was named after a doctor.
Dr. Salisbury?
It just says doctor. It stops.
I'm going to guess it's Dr. Salisbury. That's my guess.
Oh, this hamburger steak dish was named after Dr. James Henry Salisbury, a doctor who studied nutrition and was a big proponent of minced beef as a health food. That's one thing to take your fucking stand on.
I'm a health nut. I'm gonna go chop up this meat.
This sounds intriguing until you learn what foods the good doctor did not consider healthy. Fresh fruits and vegetables.
Sounds about right.
Dr. Salisbury. Okay, how shitty would it be to be like the spawn? So, like, whatever this was, so his great great grandkids, like, you're not known because you had a distant relative that did great things in medicine. You're known because of some shitty microwave dinner that only poor people eat.
Right. That was originally a health food.
It's just like he was best friends with Dr. Pot Pie.
No, Marie Callender was his mother.
Okay. Is Marie Callender, that's not on the same level as Banquet, is it?
I mean, no, but it's frozen pot pies.
So you know what I had for supper tonight?
Frozen pot pie.
No, because I'm still trying to eat
do your
keto.
keto.
So I bought, it was at Walmart, and it's like a chicken cordon bleu, a
Yeah.
keto-friendly chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah.
So fucking vile. Like, it was
Seriously?
and I was sitting there choking it down before coming in here to record, and I was pissed off at you the whole fucking time.
What? Because
You're the one that got me started on this keto shit, and I had to record with you.
and you're eating this piece of rubber with this goo in the middle. Is that what it tastes like? Because that's what it sounds like.
So fucking gross.
You know what I had?
No.
New York strip steak. And she made some homemade cream of mushroom soup. It was so good. You should have had that.
So New York strip wins then?
Yep. Yes, it does.
I feel like we're not giving this thing a fair shake.
Why not? Wait till it gets down to the wire, man. Some of these are going to be good. We're going to remember, we're going to be like, we're going to go back to this and we're going to be like, New York strip steak. What the fuck does that mean? How did that, where did that come from? We're not even going to remember how that happened.
By we mean you.
Yeah, right. I mean, I already forgot.
All right. The Great Irish Famine versus the Trail of Tears. Okay.
So there wasn't enough potatoes and then we kicked Indians off of our land. Which one's better?
Oh, the Indians.
You think so?
Yeah, we got casinos. Like I wouldn't even have a gambling problem if it wasn't for the Trail of Tears.
So it's the Indians' fault that you have a gambling problem.
No, it's not their fault, but there's a direct correlation.
So it's their fault. That's what I'm hearing here. Do you like potatoes?
Yes.
Do you think you would like potatoes if a bunch of Irish people didn't die?
Yes.
Do you like gambling?
Yes.
Do you think you would like gambling if a bunch of Indians didn't cry about something?
No.
Why? Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Because I started gambling because of that crying Indian.
Oh,
The one with the tear going down his face.
I'm assuming that's what the Trail of Tears is, right?
No, that's how I started gambling, because I saw that and I said, I bet he's not even Indian. And that's what started it.
Started the whole downward spiral. Put it all on black. Couldn't that be like the byline of this show? Who's right? Put it all on black. I don't really know anything about the Irish famine except for some reason they starved because they couldn't grow potatoes. That doesn't make any sense to me. Grow something else.
Did you try beets?
I mean, if your whole diet consists of potatoes, isn't that your own fault for eating a diet of potatoes? Eat something else.
So that's not making sense. Like, if you completely wipe out potatoes from a diet
Yeah.
and it kills 1 million people in your population,
Yeah.
they didn't deserve to live.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, you're just sitting there fucking hungry and your stomach's eating itself and everything's just, you're getting weak.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking through the cupboards and there's macaroni and cheese and there's ramen.
Still no potatoes. You got an apple tree out back. Like, I'm not eating them fucking things. They don't grow in the ground. I never quite understood. were potatoes that much of a staple in fucking Ireland?
It's au gratin or nothing. Okay, the Irish potato famine was a period of mass starvation and disease in Ireland, which constituted a historical social crisis, which made an impact on Ireland. With the Irish language down, the period was contaminated. Hard times, the worst year, 19, during the Great. 1 million people died, and more than 1 million fled the country, causing the country's population to fall by 2 million. If you do the math.
Oh, crazy.
Okay, the proximate cause of the famine was a potato blight, which infected potato crops during the 1840s, causing an additional 100,000 outside of Ireland. Unrest, longer term, caused a system of absentee landlordism.
What?
The fuck is absentee landlordism?
It's like if you need a new washer and dryer, your landlord's nowhere to be found. Right?
In economics, an absentee landlord is a person who owns and rents out a profit-earning property but does not live within the property's local economic region. The term. What the fuck does this have to do with anything?
Potatoes, man. Do you understand?
It's like they're just reaching.
Huh. Crazy. Wouldn't know anything about that.
A little too close to home. Trail of Tears wins. Guns N' Roses, Chinese Democracy versus the Covina Massacre.
All right. Now, let me ask you from a Guns N' Roses super fan, the opinion of a Guns N' Roses super fan like yourself, was Chinese Democracy as bad as they say?
Well, I don't know without looking if I can even tell you one song that's on it. So give me a second.
All right. So you weren't like eagerly awaiting Chinese Democracy and like none of that?
No.
Okay.
I didn't await anything other than Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
And were those good?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that the one where he plays the piano in the rain?
Don't you cry. Is that one?
No, November Rain, right?
That's what I was singing, you dickhead.
I don't know the song because Guns N' Roses sucks.
Okay, Chinese Democracy sucks. There's not a song on here that I know.
Oh.
Not one of them about being in a jungle or anything.
There's no songs about jungles. What are we doing? What are we even doing here, Guns N' Roses? Come on. You should write them a letter. More songs about jungles, please.
All right.
So
Covina Massacre. So the Covina Massacre was obviously better than, I mean, it brought, without the Covina Massacre,
yeah,
we wouldn't have had the episode called the Covina Massacre.
right. Yeah. Yes. So that there was positive that came out of that tragedy. Was there positive that came out of the Chinese Democracy?
No.
Okay.
So my wife was watching something on YouTube with true crime shit, whatever. And they got to like, it was like the 10 worst crimes that you need to know about or whatever.
Yeah.
And like number 3 was the Covina Massacre. And I looked up and what I'm doing, I'm like, ooh, I know this one.
I know this one. I know this one. Did you watch it? Were you paying attention then?
So yeah, I was watching it and I was sitting there, even like on YouTube true crime shows, everything is serious and they care about everybody that died. And
yep.
Like, you won't believe the tragedy that happened.
Right.
Whatever, John Smith walked into his house dressed in a homemade Santa Claus suit, killing his entire family, including his 12-year-old 18.
She was 18. We determined. So were we close? Did we get it? Our recreation of the crime, did we get it close?
Well, we were pretty spot on, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, on our version, there was a lot more laughing when we were talking about the Santa Claus going in with a homemade flamethrower.
Yeah, which there should be. How do you talk about that without laughing and still? How do you look at yourself in the mirror if you can't laugh at that? Come on.
I can't even think about the whole thing about somebody coming up with a homemade flamethrower, putting on a Santa costume. And that's like Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's like
Literally like a fucking movie.
I mean, I understand it's sad that 12-year-old girls got melted, but
Yeah.
there's still like melted polyester hanging on the wall. Like it's
But
funny.
it's funny. You say sad, but like you say sad because you feel like you're supposed to say sad. Are you sad about it? I don't know her.
Okay. What I can say is I wouldn't want my daughter to be melted by somebody in a Santa costume and a homemade flamethrower.
If she's gonna go,
But if she was going to be melted,
yeah, right. If I knew she was gonna go and there was nothing I could do about it,
so you're telling me, okay, let's say that I go off the deep end. All right. I have a mental breakdown. I show up at your house. I put a gun to your head. And I said, look, I'm going to kill you no matter what.
sure.
Your son, it's up to you whether he lives or dies. If you want him to die, don't give me an answer. If you want him to live, answer this question.
Okay.
How do you want me to kill your daughter?
Wait.
You're going to say, okay, so you're going to need to make a flamethrower? Do you have a beard?
It's like I've seen Sophie's Choice. I know what this is about. I understand. You got to pick the one that you like the best. Yeah. So if you have all of the ingredients in the back of your car, if it's around Halloween time, and you have all the stuff,
Okay, I've got a gun to your head. You're on your knees. And I say, how do you want her to die? And you interrupt me with, what disguises do you got?
First of all, do you have an eye patch? Because we're gonna need an eye patch. This whole thing's not gonna work if you don't have an eye patch.
Okay, how well versed are you in making flamethrowers? Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, this is my strategy. I'm gonna confuse you. Be like, so you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And while you're thinking about what's wrong with me, I can punch you in the face and take your gun.
I think that's a good strategy. If somebody breaks into your house and gets you down, has a gun to your head,
Yeah.
just get naked and start helicoptering your dick.
Right. I mean, I think that's just a general rule for life. Just get naked.
Okay, Kavina Massacre wins.
Yes, absolutely. Fuck that Chinese democracy. Fuck Guns N' Roses too.
All right. How are we doing on time?
We could probably do this one more, you think?
December 18th, 1865, the date when the 13th Amendment was adopted, versus the creation of Black Lives Matter. That shit is serious cracker whacker.
Cracker whacker. So what's the 13th Amendment? Is that the guns one?
No, that's the slave one.
The slave one. So what's better, slaves or Black Lives Matter? Is that what the question is?
Yes.
Wait, no. Getting rid of slaves or Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, which one was the biggest or the best catastrophe?
I'm going to say Black Lives Matter was the best catastrophe, right?
And I was going to say that the other one was the best, the 13th Amendment.
Why?
Because without the 13th Amendment,
Yeah.
like if it never existed, if it just went from 12 to 14,
Because that's how that would work.
there would be no Black Lives Matter because they would be in the field. Like we'd have a whole bunch of cotton by now.
We'd have a stockpile. Just give us a few more years. Let us stockpile our cotton reserves, and then we'll talk about it.
But what I'm saying is without the 13th Amendment, there would be no Black Lives Matter. That means that the 13th Amendment is way more impactful, which means it's better.
But don't you think if there was no 13th Amendment, there would have been they would have made all kinds of other amendments, and then around the 19th or 20th Amendment, it would have happened anyways. You know what I mean? It would have been a prolonged thing. Maybe the creation of Black Lives Matter and the 20th Amendment would have happened at the same time.
So we are going to butterfly the effect out of it. Butterfly effect the shit out of this.
All right.
We need to find out what the 14th Amendment was to see if there was no 13th Amendment, what the new 13th Amendment would be to see if that's what would be better than.
Yes. All right.
I hope it's the one about soldiers staying in your house or whatever.
Yeah, me too. That's my favorite one. I treasure that right.
Granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, including former enslaved people. See, they still brought race into it.
Yeah, wait a minute. So that we couldn't have the 14th Amendment either then, right?
Okay, so we got to go to the next amendment without race being involved.
Right.
It's like once they got involved in it,
It's like they think they're people.
the 15th Amendment guaranteed African American men the right to vote. How much of our fucking
Fuck.
Constitution is for blacks?
Well, 3 amendments now, at least.
Okay. The 16th Amendment, the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes.
Fuck the 16th Amendment.
That's the biggest catastrophe.
Right. Yes. That's horrible. That's like a tax on working. That's terrible. It's the stupidest thing. But what does that have to do with black people? So
They don't work, and so it don't apply to them.
all right.
Okay.
I'm sure when we get back to this, you're going to have to remind me what the 16th Amendment is.
Okay, do you remember when we talked about Killdozer?
Is it a wrestler?
Yes.
No.
Remember he lost the title to the molasses catastrophe?
It's molasses disaster. No, I don't. Okay. Was it a guy that went around killing a bunch of people?
No, he armored up a bulldozer in a shed, like put steel plates on it, and then went and it was about. I think he had a problem with the city council, if I remember right. And he thought that they were trying to shut his business down, and he ended up trying to wipe out the whole town in a bulldozer.
Hopefully they don't try to shut our business down. I don't want to have to wipe out a whole town. That would suck.
You see him try to knock this Motel 6 down with the fucking.
All right, so Killdozer versus atomic bombing of.
No, 9/11.
Oh, whoops, missed it. Sorry. Better catastrophe. So this guy had to build this tank or this armored vehicle from scratch.
Without the help of the government.
Right, yeah. Those terrorists didn't even have to build any kind of plane. They flew ones that were already built. And they didn't even have to go through all the training to learn how. They just took like a 4-hour class or whatever.
No, so he had to learn how to drive a bulldozer,
Yeah.
and they just had to learn how to take off.
Yeah.
They didn't have to learn how to take off. The pilots took off,
Yeah,
and they
yeah, I
weren't
was
worried
gonna
about
say.
learning how to land.
Right. They just had to learn how to turn the wheel to like point towards the building. You know what I mean?
10 and 12. How hard is that?
They had to
10
turn
and
off
2.
they had to turn off the collision detection. No big deal. I think Killdozer is the better tragedy, but I hate to see 9/11 knocked out in the first round.
Okay.
Can they both move forward? Can they move forward in place of Limp Bizkit or something?
Okay, no. They're going to work together. It's going to be Killdozer 9/11 moves ahead.
All right. Perfect. So it's a tie. There's a tie, so they both move. Our bracket is awesome.
Now Killdozer and 9/11 is going to be going against taxes.
That's so perfect.
All right. You want to do some Dear Flabbies?
Yeah, let's do some Dear Flabbies. You want to go over what we got here, where we ended up,
No.
or no? Okay, bye.
Bye.